the Pure Price Action Structures indicator, which is available for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it on your chart. Additionally, traders can read this page to learn about how the indicator works and its functionality. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file and run the indicator by dragging the file onto the chart. Once the indicator is placed on the chart, it starts identifying and displaying the market structure in both minor and major forms on the price chart. The Pure Price Action Structures indicator is a special and practical tool that, based on ICD concepts, identifies both the long-term and short-term price movement structures and draws them on the chart. ICD-style traders can effectively use various trading strategies to precisely identify optimal entry points, accurately recognize trading opportunities based on detailed price action, and confidently enter either buy or sell positions directly on the price chart. This particular indicator effectively displays comprehensive trends and intricate market structures, where significant overarching major trends and fundamental structures are clearly shown with a distinct solid line, and more subtle, less prominent minor structures are precisely displayed with a delicate dashed line. Based on the detailed analysis of price action, we can thoroughly analyze the prevailing market trend and the precise price movement, thereby accurately identifying valuable and opportune trading opportunities within the dynamic market. For example, in this particular section, the price is clearly in a significant downtrend, indicating a sustained decline. Here, a major level has been broken, which is displayed with the label LTMSS. LT stands for long-term and MSS stands for market structure shift on the chart. With the break of this level, the structure is shown to us, indicating a long-term trend change in the market within a downtrend. With the price movement and a pullback to the area, we can identify this as a trading opportunity and enter a sell position in the market. At the next level, we see that the price moves downward and an LT boss, or long-term breakout of structure, is formed, which indicates the continuation of the downtrend in the market. In another distinct section, the price action moves significantly upward once again and effectively breaks through the next crucial structure to the upside, which is clearly displayed with the specific label LTMSS, precisely indicating a long-term market structure shift. This significant development subsequently gives astute traders the unequivocal signal that the market's prevailing downtrend has definitively ended and that we have now confidently entered a new and sustained uptrend within the overall market structure. In the subsequent structures, we can see long-term breakout of structures here, which indicates the continuation of the upward trend in the market. Eventually, the long-term MSS is broken for us, signaling that we have once again entered a downward trend in the market. In another dedicated section, we can thoroughly examine the minor and secondary structures in much greater detail, where the STBOS, or specifically the short-term breakout of structure, is clearly shown and illustrated here. But in this part, with the movement and break of the long-term MSS, an SDMSS has also formed in the higher section, which, as a confirmation of the minor structure, provides us with entry signals for trades. In the settings section, under Inputs, there are options available for us. In the first input, we can specify the calculation period length for the long-term structure. The higher we set this value, the longer-term structures it will identify, and the lower we set it, the shorter-term structures it will detect for us. In the second input, we can set the calculation period for the short-term value, which is set to 2 by default. The higher we set this value, the longer-term short-term periods it will identify, and the lower we set it, the shorter-term short-term periods it will detect for us. In the very next input, we are able to either enable or completely disable the visual display of short-term structures, which is by default already enabled. If we meticulously set this particular option to false, the indicator will then exclusively identify and prominently display only the major structures for us, providing a clearer, more focused view. In the next input, we can enable or disable the display of long-term and short-term labels, as well as BOS and MSS structures. If we set this option to false, only the structures will be displayed and the labels related to the structures will not be shown. In the next section, we can enable or disable the alert notification in case of a structure break. If this option is set to false, the following options will also not be applicable. But if this option is set to true, in the next input, if a structure break occurs, the alerts will be sent to the mailbox. If this option is set to true, alerts will be issued to the mailbox, and if it is set to false, no alert will be sent to the mailbox. You should definitely pay attention to this option, because in order for alerts to be sent to the mailbox, you must have completed the email settings in the Tools tab under the Options section. In the next input, we can also enable or disable sending alerts as notifications to the mobile device. In the next input, we can specify the timeout value, which is set to 4 by default. This input determines the time interval between alert messages, which is the maximum time MetaTrader will attempt to send the message. By default, it is set to 4, meaning that the indicator will issue alerts for us up to 4 candles after a structure break. In the next input, we can change the color of bullish structures to any color we want. In the following input, we can select the desired color for bearish structures. And finally, in the last input, we can set the maximum number of candles for identifying and analyzing the market structure, which is set to 1000 by default. This means that the indicator specifically starts from the last candle or the current candle, then moves back 1000 candles, and from the 1000th candle, it further analyzes the market structure and clearly displays the major and minor structures for us. Well, friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We would be truly happy if you could kindly share your valuable comments and helpful suggestions with us